In this central Congo Basin, there's an area so isolated that even satellite images can't clearly map it. Local tribes report encounters with something that shouldn't exist. Something massive, something prehistoric. And several witnesses insist they've seen it with their own eyes. Today we're investigating the Kasai Rex, a creature that allegedly terrorized the Congo rainforest in the 1930s. Scientists dismissed it as myth. But the evidence keeps mounting. What if they're wrong? What if something survived extinction? The story begins in 1932 when a Swedish plantation owner named John Johnson ventured into unexplored territories near the Kasai River. He was hunting crocodiles. Instead, he claimed he found something that science said died 65 million years ago. Johnson described a creature standing 13 feet tall with reddish scales, powerful jaws, and a tail that could crush trees. He called it a living dinosaur. His local guides had another name, Kasai Rex, the king of the forbidden swamps. According to Johnson's testimony, the creature attacked a rhinoceros at the water's edge. The fight lasted mere seconds. The Kasai Rex won. Witnesses say they heard the rhino's death cry echo across the swamp for miles. But here's where it gets stranger. Johnson wasn't alone in his claims. Over the following decades, dozens of locals and explorers reported similar encounters. Each description matched almost perfectly. Massive theropod, reddish coloring, aggressive behavior. Could the Kasai Rex be real? Paleontologists point to Carcharodontosaurus, a massive predator that once roamed North Africa. It stood 40 feet long with teeth like steak knives. The Congo and North Africa were once connected. Could descendants have survived? But wait! Carcharodontosaurus went extinct 93 million years ago. That's 28 million years before the asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs. For the Kasai Rex to exist, it would need to be something else entirely, something that adapted and survived. Some researchers suggest Abelisaurus as a candidate. This South American theropod had distinctive features that match witness descriptions. Short arms, powerful legs, built for ambush hunting in dense forests. The Congo could theoretically support such a predator even today. Here's the critical question. Could the Congo ecosystem actually support a large theropod? Biologists say yes. The region has hippos, forest elephants, buffalo, and countless smaller prey. An apex predator could thrive here undetected for centuries. In 1958, Belgian zoologist Bernard Heuvelmans organized an expedition specifically to find the Kasai Rex. His team spent 3 months in the Likouala region. They found massive three-toed tracks near water sources, but the creature itself remained hidden. The expedition recorded something else though. Audio. Late one night, their camp was approached by something massive. The recording captured heavy footsteps, deep breathing, and a low-frequency rumble that shook the equipment, then silence. Team members described seeing a silhouette between the trees. Massive head, bipedal stance, eyes reflecting the campfire. One researcher tried photographing it, but in his panic, the camera fell. By morning, whatever visited them was gone. Subsequent expeditions in the 70s and 80s reported similar encounters. Always at night, always near water, the creature seemed to avoid direct contact but wasn't afraid to approach humans. It was studying them, learning their patterns. Then came 1981. A fishing village near the Kasai River reported an attack. Not on humans, but on livestock. 3 water buffalo were killed in a single night. The method was unlike any known predator. Bite marks suggested something reptilian and enormous. The villagers kept watch. On the 3rd night, it appeared. Reddish-brown scales, massive hind legs. A roar that rippled through the ground. At the forest's edge, it stood, watching. Local authorities called in wildlife experts from Kinshasa. They examined the tracks, the bite marks, the broken trees. Their conclusion shocked everyone. Whatever caused this damage possessed bite force comparable to Tyrannosaurus rex. But that's impossible, isn't it? The incident made international headlines briefly, then vanished from news cycles. Cryptozoologists took notice though. Teams arrived from France, America, and Japan. They all left with the same evidence, tracks, recordings, testimonies. But never a clear photograph or specimen. Modern technology offered new possibilities. In 2003, researchers collected tissue samples from kill sites. DNA analysis revealed something unexpected. The samples contained genetic markers from both reptiles and birds. Exactly what you'd expect from a living theropod dinosaur, but skeptics weren't convinced. They argued contamination from local crocodiles or monitor lizards. The debate intensified. Some paleontologists proposed a radical theory. What if a lineage of small theropods survived in isolated pockets and evolved into something resembling their Cretaceous ancestors? Majungasaurus from Madagascar offers a compelling comparison. This abelisaurid theropod had robust skull structure, short arms, and powerful legs. Madagascar and Africa were connected millions of years ago. Could related species have persisted in the Congo? The fossil record remains frustratingly incomplete. Here's the problem, though. Large animals need large territories and breeding populations. For Kasai Rex to exist, there would need to be at least 50 to 100 individuals. That many massive predators couldn't stay hidden forever. Unless the Congo is more unexplored than we think. Fast forward to 2015, modern technology finally arrived in the Kasai Valley. Conservation teams installed motion-triggered cameras throughout the region, hoping to document forest elephants and gorillas. What they captured instead was puzzling. Massive bipedal shapes moving through darkness, always blurred, always elusive. One particular video from 2016 went viral among cryptozoologists. It shows something large approaching a watering hole at night. Bipedal stance, estimated height over 12 feet. The gait doesn't match any known African wildlife. Frame-by-frame analysis revealed details that shouldn't exist. But the most disturbing case remains unsolved. In August 1951, renowned hunter Robert Henderson organized an expedition to the Kasai Valley. He had over 100 trophies to his name. 6 days into the hunt, Henderson and his 5-man team vanished completely. A rescue team of 15 men found Henderson's base camp 2 days later. Everything seemed normal at first, then they pushed deeper into the valley. What they discovered changed how locals viewed the Kasai region forever. It became forbidden territory overnight. The scene was a massacre. Body parts scattered across 40 meters, limbs torn from torsos, skulls crushed. The bite patterns matched nothing in Africa's modern predator catalog. Henderson's shotgun had been fired repeatedly, but they found no wounded animal, no blood trail to follow. Investigators documented claw marks on trees 10 feet high. Something bipedal, something with incredible strength. Official reports listed two theories: illegal hunters or unknown animal. But Henderson was Africa's most experienced tracker. He wouldn't have fallen to poachers or known predators. Something else killed them. The scientific community remains divided. One camp insists Kasai Rex is misidentified Nile crocodiles or large monitor lizards standing on hind legs. These animals can rear up briefly, resembling bipedal dinosaurs to untrained observers. The resemblance to 1930s dinosaur illustrations is striking and convenient. Nile crocodiles can exceed 20 feet and weigh over a ton. They're apex predators perfectly capable of taking down large prey. When seen partially submerged or moving through tall grass, they could be mistaken for something more exotic. But this explanation has major problems. Crocodiles are quadrupeds. They don't walk upright for extended periods. Their skeletal structure doesn't allow sustained bipedal movement. Witnesses consistently describe vertical stance, forward-facing eyes, and digitigrade legs. That's theropod morphology, not crocodilian. The anatomy doesn't match unless evolution took an unexpected turn in Central Africa. Others propose Spinosaurus relatives. These massive theropods once dominated North African waterways. Spinosaurus reached 50 feet long, hunted in rivers, and had semi-aquatic adaptations. The Congo's river systems could theoretically support such predators. But there's a critical timeline problem here too. Spinosaurus went extinct 95 million years ago. That's 30 million years before the asteroid impact. For any large theropod to survive both the Cretaceous extinction events and the KT boundary asteroid requires evolutionary resilience beyond anything documented in the fossil record. It's theoretically possible, but statistically improbable. A radical third theory emerged in 2018. What if Kasai Rex isn't a surviving dinosaur, but a case of convergent evolution? Large monitor lizards or terrestrial crocodilians independently evolving dinosaur-like features in response to similar ecological pressures. Nature has done this before, repeatedly. Komodo dragons occasionally walk bipedally for short distances. They're ambush predators with powerful jaws and neurotoxic venom. Now imagine a Komodo-like reptile isolated in Central Africa for millions of years. Selection pressure for larger size, increased bipedalism for hunting in dense forest. The morphology converges toward theropod dinosaurs. This hypothesis explains everything. Why photographs look like 1930s dinosaur reconstructions. Why the creature exists in Congo but nowhere else. Why no fossils bridge the gap? It's not a dinosaur, it never was. It's something new that independently evolved to fill the same ecological niche. Since 2000, the Congo Basin has lost 23 million hectares of forest. As deforestation pushes deeper, encounters between humans and wildlife are becoming more frequent. Conservationists notice a troubling pattern. Kasai Rex sightings correlate directly with habitat destruction. The creature isn't multiplying, we're simply invading its territory. When villagers encounter displaced forest elephants or large reptiles in unfamiliar settings, legends begin to grow. Could the Kasai Rex represent our collective anxiety about nature striking back? So what's the truth? Is Kasai Rex a surviving abelisaurid hidden in Africa's last frontier? A case of convergent evolution producing modern dinosaur mimics? Or simply misidentified known animals filtered through folklore and fear? The Congo Basin covers 1.5 million square miles. Most remains scientifically unexplored. Whatever stalks the Kasai Valley, it reminds us how little we truly know about our own planet. The jungle keeps its secrets, and some mysteries refuse to die.